Hello, everyone. It's Joel de la Cruz here. I'm seeing all these wonderful people online. Hello, Joan, Kayleen, Mary Rose. Hi, Sarah, all the way from Melbourne, and Tammy, Tracy, also from Melbourne, and Wafiq. How are you, Wafiq? Um, there's been a couple of people who've sent their regrets not being able to come online. I just want to say hello to them. There's Lara, there's Mel from Wollongong, Jason from Campbelltown, Joe all the way from Sunshine Coast, and some friends from abroad. Because of the time difference, they're not able to make this time slot. And however, they will get a recording of this. So while you're here, I just want to welcome you all, and by all means, take notes, have pen and paper ready, have water, and when I see your messages online, I may pause for a while and have a think about it, because talking in front of an object like a PC, it's so different to talking to someone with a face and sound and so on. So I'm really excited to be here tonight. My first webinar to kickstart 2015. And by all means, keep the questions rolling if you got any. And also, I'll be on the mentoring group on Facebook should you have any questions. I'm not sure if you all set goals. I'm assuming that you haven't. And if that's the case, then this is absolutely ideal for you. And if you haven't, you will learn where to start basing your goals on. Okay. And if you are the type that have set goals before, perhaps this will give you a different perspective and make your goal setting that much more effective. Now, before I can continue, can you guys send me a message to let me know you're hearing me okay? Can someone just type in, yep, sound is good, all clear? Okay. Let's make a start here. Just want to let you know my why. Why I'm doing this webinar. First of all, my why is to empower and energize others so that they can reconnect with their purpose. Okay, whatever that purpose is for you, whatever your driving ambitions are, your inspiration, that's what I want to tap into. I want you to be empowered. I want you to be energized to connect to that. I'm just seeing if there's any messages here for me. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone can hear me, and that the sound is good. So I'll continue. So what led me to this webinar? This webinar helps me and you to achieve the cause, whatever that cause is. I made goals that I thought that were mine, and it was actually other people's goals. And that's a huge, huge mistake. And even though I said mistake, allow that if you did the same as me, if you align your goals with someone else's, for example, an employer, even parents or friends, if you had classmates that told you what you should do, what your goals would be, and you follow that, and later on you found out it's a mistake, it's okay. It's just feedback, and you're now empowered to actually achieve something better. You now know what to do, and I will help you, and I will guide you to get there. Fulfillment is about achieving your cause, living your values. Now, I'll speak a lot about values and acting upon your beliefs. I discovered why people do what they do, and I'm very good at doing that. Um, I'm working with clients who to discover their why, and once they discover their why, the whole world just opens up for them, and it's really fascinating to watch and when people evolve. And this webinar is just a what to my why. I'm just gonna say hello to Sarah. Sarah knows exactly what I'm talking about here when this webinar is a what to my why. And again, I always start and always end with my why is to empower and energize others. So wonderful people like you can reconnect with your purpose. Now the vision. I want to share my vision with you. Everyone and everywhere are living their values and beliefs. This is what I envision in my life. That everyone's living their values, not someone else's, and staying with their beliefs, empowering beliefs. Okay, not limiting ones. People everywhere will grow and contribute to others. There is true love, belonging, and real service to others. There's safety, security, and certainty amongst all communities. And I want compelling inspiration to everyone. Now, the benefits for you. Number one is fulfillment. Okay, this is the primary benefit. You will get fulfillment once you recognize, create, and achieve your goals. And you reach and live your dreams faster. Of course, there's love and happiness. You'll have energy. And yeah, this is very important to feel proud, to be recognized, to be significant. It's also a huge benefit. That gives energy as well, and empowerment. You've got adventure and variety, as well as your certainty and security. And you'll have more connections, friends, and associates. So what's in it for you? Understand and know what key areas to focus on when creating goals. Inspiration for you to achieve. Right? That's a huge one. We're not talking about motivation, where someone literally has to tell you what to do and how to do it. Okay, and it's not about aspiration as well. I'm talking about inspiration, something that pulls you towards something. Okay, and appreciate your awareness and your ability to change things for the better. Now, that could be your career, that could be your relationship, that could be your hobbies, that could be having a life, for example. And lastly, be ahead of the game. And this is your game. How well are you going to play your game of life? Right. Goals may look like this. Okay, it's the lots of thing, lots of money, lots of good income, get married and have lots of kids. Well, you can get married to that. Yeah, she's got money. Go on a holiday, for example, that could be a goal. Now, can you tell me what the problem is with these goals? What is wrong with these goals? Okay, I'm sure like I did, these goals are great. And there's nothing wrong with them. When we go through this webinar, you'll find out why these goals fall short of the mark, okay? These goals do have problems with them. And here's the problem. I'm talking about in general here, okay? It may not apply to you. Generally, underachieved goals or no goals at all lead to disappointment. It could be not being enough, despair, the feeling of not belonging, and depression. You may not feel like you're being loved. Okay, so disappointment, despair, and depression. Okay, so if you don't have goals, you may lead to that because basically this is what Einstein have said. He said the definition of insanity, okay, is literally doing the same thing over and over again, like exactly the same thing, and expecting a different result. Okay, now I don't exactly know if Einstein said that. I've done my research and it seems like he was credited with that quote. If he was alive, maybe he can deny or claim that to be true. Now, access your mind. You are not your mind. If you think about it, you, the real you are not your mind. What you think or what you're thinking is actually ego. It's a program. I won't go into it in detail now. Just accept the fact that you have a mind. You are not your mind. Now that you have a mind, you can use your mind to access emotional content. Now, intelligence is another matter. It's irrelevant for achievement, success, and fulfillment. You don't have to have an IQ of Einstein to have these feelings of achievement, success, and fulfillment. Now, here's one thing that's very important. We use 10% of our mind, which is conscious. In other words, if you have imagine a dark room, 4x4 with a ceiling and a floor. And it's dark, there's no light, and if you shine a flashlight, wherever that flashlight lights, that's conscious. Now everything else around it, the darkness, say 90% of it is unconscious. Now the conscious mind, the mind that actually thinks, is the goal setter. Now 90% of your mind is the goal getter. Now, if that's the case, it's so important to be able to set the goals correctly in the first place, because the unconscious mind will actually go out and achieve it. Whether you have goals or not, your goals are being attained right now. Now, I posted this on Facebook. This is really fascinating, and I've highlighted in yellow the important points. Now, only 3% that's in Harvard's MBA program actually have a clear written goal and plan to accomplish them. Okay, 10 years later, the same bunch of graduates, okay, if you look at the bottom line, the 3% who had clear written goals, on average, okay, they achieved 10 times as much as all the other 97% put together. That's a huge difference there. So my question now to you is, do you plan and actually will start and write clear goals? Or do you want to be the other 97%? So what's the most effective method to set goals? Now, I'm fairly sure you heard of the S.M.A.R.T.E.Y method. of setting goals, which is great. I'm going to expand on that. Okay, I'm calling my version S.M.A.R.T.E.Y or S.M.A.R.T.E.Y. Okay, S stands for specific and simple. So in other words, it's straightforward. Okay, and it must be measurable. So you must have some sort of metrics to know that you're achieving the goals. Okay, that could be anything. That could be number of kilograms, number of kilometers, dollars, um, number of smiles, for example. Okay, it's got to be attainable, or my version of it, as if. Okay, as if you already got it. Must be realistic or relevant. Must be timely. Okay, that's very important. You got to give yourself a date and a time. You want to be very specific. Now, my version comes in of it. I want to know your evidence that you're on your way to your goals. Like, what are the breadcrumbs? So how do you know that you are getting there? Or how do you know if you're not getting there? Okay. And lastly, why? Why do you have these goals? Remember, I may express it right at the very beginning. Your why inspires you. The deeper your why goes, the more chance that you have of actually achieving your goals and therefore having fulfillment. I'm just going to pause it there to see if there's any questions people may have. Oh, Jean's online. Hello, Jean, from the Philippines. Nice to have you on board. Okay, so there are no questions. Can someone type any questions on the chat box, please? If you so, I know that you actually heard my the last several minutes that I was broadcasting. Fantastic. Anyway, I'll continue. Now, this webinar will focus on the goal setter. In other words, you as the person setting the goals. Okay, what I mean by this, most goal setting aspires to, okay, notice the words aspire to, having, for example, having a car, having a job, having a holiday, having a career or business. Where I'm going with this is actually to be inspired, to be the person you need to be who deserves, for example, to drive the car. Who do you need to be to have that awesome relationship? Who do you need to be to have that career or business, or to have that um, $1 million enterprise, for example? Okay, this is all about you, and there is a difference between the goal of having a car versus the goal of being the person who deserves to drive the car. Okay, if you are being the person who deserves to drive a car, right, then the car becomes a what? It becomes a commodity. You can then pick and choose. You then have the power to pick the car you want to drive, or you have the power to pick the car you want to give to somebody else. Or actually, my version of it is, I want to be the person who can pick the car for someone else to drive me around. Okay, I'm half joking there. It'll be nice to be driven around every now and then, and take the wheel when I feel like it. Okay, do you know this sign? Okay, I'm just gonna check the chat box. I'm expecting with the traffic that the chat hasn't come through. So I'm assuming you know the sign now, FedEx. Okay. Now look at the sign. Right. I want to ask you a question. Which way was the arrow pointing? Which way was the arrow pointing? Just waiting for someone to type in a message here. Okay. The arrow was actually pointing to the right. Okay, can you see the white arrow? It's on the X of the FedEx. So between the E and the X, right? The arrow was pointing to the right. Okay. Now, my point here was to demonstrate to you or to impress upon you that you have to be the person to be able to see the arrow. Okay. You have to be the person to be able to see the car. You have to be the person who deserves to have a good relationship. Okay. Now that said, which way is the spoon pointing? Okay. Where is the spoon? Okay. Here's the area of focus. There's 9 of them. Time and energy. Right. These are the foundations on which you can base your goals on. Okay. It's not about the items. It's not about the dollar figure. Okay. It's not about to earn $10,000 a month as your goal, even though that sounds great. However, money is a result, okay, of who you are being. Okay. For example, if you look at Richard Branson, who he is, right, allows him to have the billions of dollars that he's got. Okay. Same with Bill Gates. Same with Steve Jobs when he was alive. Okay. So the area of focus includes time and energy. Be, do, have. The most important one there is being. Okay. There's also, you can base your goals as fear and pleasure. Okay. That's very advanced. Don't worry about that now. It's called a meta program for those who want to have the technical word for it. Okay. Your why, your mission and purpose. Why and who is the goal for? Okay. Legacy, your core needs. Every human has 6 core needs. The wheel of life, value based. Whatever your values are, base your goals on that. That will give you instant sense of gratification, sense of significance. And from there, the world opens up for you. And the cause versus effect. Are you below the line or are you above the line? Are you a victor or are you a victim? Okay, so you can base your goals on that. What I want to focus on in this webinar is time and energy, mission and purpose, and the wheel of life. And here's the other thing too that you write your goals on. Okay, first of all, see the anchor that I have on the top right hand corner. Now the anchor means when you have these strategies in your goals, that means you are anchored towards that goal. Like there's no way that your boat, like you, okay, pretend you're the boat and you're anchored at sea. There's no way that the current can take you anywhere because you are anchored to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, metaphorically speaking, using this as an analogy, you are anchored to your goal when you use this particular strategy of VAK, sensory acuity. Uh, VAK means visual. You're seeing your vision. A is auditory, like your hearing, and K is for kinesthetic, the feeling. Okay, when you have these goals, these sensory acuity in your goals, you are anchored towards it because your your sensory system picks up on these things, and your unconscious mind activates. It's called the RAS. I'll go deeply into that with people I work with. Now, when your reticular activation system is fired because of these acuities, your unconscious mind gives you the energy and the strength to go out and achieve it. And I'll talk more about that. And what gives you energy and the drive and the enthusiasm, what they call it, the adrenaline, is these four key elements here. Now, I don't know of any other goal setting technique that uses this. And again, bottom left corner is another anchoring system. Okay, if you have this in your goals, there's no other choice for you to not to achieve it. You know what I mean? Okay, using your brain chemistry, you can then go out and achieve these goals, right? The endorphins. Okay, if you, for those who jog, who do exercise and do weights, for example, when you are stressing your body so much in physical activity, you get a shot of endorphins. That means your muscles are relaxed. So that's why when you run, when you finish a run, you feel awesome, you feel fantastic. Then after a while, when the endorphins wears off, you feel the stress of your body. You feel the really good hurt in your muscle. That's what endorphins do. Dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical that your brain gives you a shot of dopamine. The best way I can describe it basically is if you tick something off your to-do list, you get a shot of dopamine. Okay, it gives you that buzz, the thrill that you've actually done something. Okay, like I will do the lawn today, and if you do it, when you pack up all the equipment, you just have this huge high, natural high of dopamine. There's a lot to be said about dopamine. It can be addictive. I will talk about that in subsequent webinars. The last two are the feel-good, long-lasting brain chemicals. Serotonin. It is the feeling of being proud. Okay, actors and actresses, when they receive the Academy Award, gets a huge shot of serotonin. Right now, the most resourceful way to use serotonin is to actually have the award based on someone else. For example, if you ever heard the actor say, "Look, I could not have done this achievement. I could not have received this award if it wasn't for," and then they rattle off certain names. Right? You may have been awarded for something, and for example, you've achieved city to serve, for example. If once you cross that finishing line, doesn't matter where you come first or last, you would tell your friends, "I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for, my family giving me the time, or seeing the smile on my girlfriend's face, for example." And lastly, oxytocin. When you get a shot of this, this is the feel good chemistry, neurochemistry, where you do good for something, for someone. You do good for the greater good. When you get a shot of this, there is no way it could be addictive in the negative sense. Okay, so all four of these, I call it EDSO. If you have your goals based on where you can get these chemicals, right, you are anchored to achieve those goals, right? There's no doubt about it. And the way you strategize in achieving those goals and getting a shot of these chemicals naturally through your system, it is so powerful. Okay, let's put the application to work here. The SMART goals. Okay, now having lots of money, now we've expanded to $20,000 saved in my bank account. Okay, that was improved a little bit. To improve it, but using SMART goals. SMART goals meaning the strategies that's usually out there. Okay, so it's timely. So by December 2015, I will have $20,000 or more in my bank account by saving some money from my income. Okay, so okay, that's a SMART goal. However, it doesn't have all these other strategies that I've added in there. So it doesn't have BAK, it doesn't have EDSO. Okay, it doesn't have evidence in there, and it certainly doesn't have a why. Okay. Now, if you want to have $20,000 saved up by December 2015 for whatever use that you may have for it, that's a lot of hard work. You will feel the stress of actually achieving that. Okay, so the way you would achieve, it'll be easier for you to achieve that same goal, okay, would be to add evidence. For example, a bank statement. The bank statement can see the bank balance getting higher. Okay, so when the bank balance gets higher, you get a shot of dopamine. Okay, you get an instant shot of dopamine. So you go, wow, bang. So you energize. Okay, and you also get a shot of endorphins. So if you go to work and then you see your bank statement, you go, wow, okay, the stress is gone, and then you continue to go to work. Okay, so you're getting the picture here of how you can use EDSO and BAK. So seeing the bank statement. Or if you show the bank statement to someone else, you're hearing your partner saying, oh, great job. Okay, so you get another shot of dopamine. And why? Why do you want the $20,000 by Christmas? So for a holiday, so a deposit on the house. You want to buy a car, maybe a used car for that price. Okay, so if you want to activate serotonin and oxytocin, you got to go beyond these items. You got to go beyond the holiday, right? You got to make it about someone, right? I couldn't have achieved this award if it wasn't for, okay? So says the award-winning actor. Okay, who's the house for? Right? When you get that, you get the shot of the feel-good chemicals, and your conscious mind will have to go out and get it, and seemingly effortlessly. Okay, is this a goal now? By December, I will have $20,000 or more in my bank account by saving 10%. Okay, so we're adding a little bit of specifics in it. So 10% of my income, as shown in my bank statement. Okay, so it's now evidence because it'll be used for a well-deserved holiday. Okay, now, yeah, it's holiday. I'd rather you'd say to be on a holiday with my wife because I love her, with my family because I want them to feel really appreciated. Now that's more inspirational than just to say, look, a holiday or a car or a house. Now I'm gonna be upfront and be in your face to say this is not your true goal. Okay, whatever that was, that statement, it's not your true goal. Whatever that goal was for you, if you wrote it that way, I'm gonna say that's not your true goal. $20,000 is a result, not a goal. Okay, now $20,000 is money, it's currency. Now money is just an idea, right? Someone made it up. You're gonna base your goal on an idea. And worse, $20,000 is a result of who you were being. You were being a saver, a hard worker. You were being a saver, or you were being an investor. Okay, and and the $20,000 is a result of your being. Okay, that's why I'm saying the statement above is not your true goal. That time and energy, mission and purpose. I will continue to get cracking on this. Got myself 20 minutes. Now, time and energy, right, you plan for the best and prepare for the worst. Okay, that's a scenario. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Always set your goals to being your truth, right? Being your truth. Whatever is true for you. Set your goals for your timeline. Set goals for your energy. In contrast to setting goals for your results, okay? $20,000 is a result of how well you spend your time, on how well you spend your energy, okay? I'll explain why. When you set your goals for the person you're going to be in the future, you must be that person now. Okay, what I mean by energy is your attitude, your character, your behavioral profile. Behavioral profile, those who have done an energy profile with me before will realize how important that is. And also your optimism. Now, every one of you would have received an optimism test. Someone was scared, like they thought they were optimistic and yet they had a pessimistic result. That doesn't matter. It's the way you use your optimism or your pessimism to use your energy. Okay, I'll talk about that more in my mentoring group, or if you write me a message, I will answer you. And also it depends on your passion. Okay, what drives you? What is your passion? You can get these profiles done for you. I do those actually for my clients. Now, moving right along, now time is a constant, okay? We all get 24 hours, 7 days a week. Now, being is a variant. Your very being varies throughout time. Now, when time is the only factor, example, graduating at school or at a program, then your goal must be your being. Okay, what I mean by this is you shouldn't set your goal to have your degree. Okay, because when you go to school, when you attend classes, when you do your assessment, and when you sit your exams and pass it, okay, when you keep doing that, when you're being the student, right, that degree will come to you automatically anyway. It's attracted to you. So it's being a student that gets you your degree or your MBA or your postgrad or your diploma. Okay. Now you raise your level of being. You can raise your level of result. Do I just pass, or do I pass with credit, or do I pass with distinction? Okay. So if you get what I mean, being a student the result of that is the certificate. So your goal must be based on your being, not based on your certificate or your diploma or your degree. In other words, goals of graduating is obvious. It's obvious that you'll get it, you'll graduate when you do the things that you're doing as a student. Okay. Now, if you raise your being, you can graduate earlier, or you can graduate with honors, depending. You can graduate as a distinction student, as opposed to someone who just scrapes along. Okay. Be what you are when you finish today. So be the distinction student at university or whatever school or whatever program you do. Okay, whatever it is that you are being at the end, you be that today. That's what I'm saying. Base your goals on who you are today. Okay, look at these people, right? That's you may know the person on the right. That's Gordon. It's not Michael Douglas. It's actually Gordon Gekko. Okay, what do you think these people do with their time? Okay, time being a constant. What kind of outcomes do you think these people have because they use what they use with their time? Okay, think about it and feel it. Okay, what kind of outcome do you think these people have when they use their energy? All right, we've got another couch potato here. What do you think his outcome would be compared to someone like Richard Branson or the famous Bruce Lee? Okay, look at the energy difference with these people, and then you look at their achievements. If you want to see something right now, look at the person's abs. You tell me which one's more energetic. I hope you get my point, and I'm assuming that you do. If you don't, please write to me, send me a message. Okay, so that's time and energy. The next one is mission and purpose. Exercise your power to decide. Create a clear and specific mission and purpose. Set goals for your mission. Set goals for your purpose. Okay, when you do those things, whatever that is for you, you are anchoring. See, there's another anchor point there. You are anchoring yourself to the goal, and there's no other way except to. There's no other result except to receive those goals. Now, just so you know what I mean here, the Branson mission and purpose. Now, he's holding a plane here. Do you know what his mission is and what his purpose was for creating Virgin, the airline, the international airline and domestic airline? Okay, his purpose of making the airline was to make it fun. Now, he's set himself another mission that people can now have flights into outer space. Okay, that's what he is inspired to do. And he's not doing it just for himself. He's doing it for people, for the human race. Okay, these goals are not compelling, right? We're going back to the old $20,000 by December for a holiday. Okay, it does not address purpose, cause, mission, vision, values, and beliefs. Okay, if your goals have purpose, cause, mission, values, beliefs, it's compelling. Okay, as much as this goal is it's I admit it's nice. However, it is not compelling, right? There's no heart, there's no soul into it. Okay, it's just things, objects. So that's mission and purpose. Now, will of life is the next basis to form your goals on. Now, uh, with clients that I see, most of it is it's about business and career and money, finance. Okay, they may have an adventure like a holiday. Okay, they get three. However, your life, it's got many other facets. It's got family, friends, hobbies, uh, bottom, personal growth, health and fitness, and perhaps an intimate partner. Okay, when you do your wheel of life, okay, it may look like this. Okay, so if you were to put this wheel on your bike or your car, do you think you'll get a smooth ride? Okay, for me personally, I don't think I will get a smooth ride based on this particular wheel. Okay, the circumference is 10 out of 10. The center is basically 0 for the each segment of the wheel of life. Now, what I propose to you is you base your goals on the part of the wheel which is lacking. So the one on the left, have an intimate partner. You base your goals on that. Being the person who deserves to have an intimate partner. Okay. Um, Seeing, hearing, and feeling, and having those natural brain chemistry flow through your body to be the ideal intimate partner, lover, spouse that you can be. Okay. On the right, let's look at hobbies and interests. Base your goals to have hobbies and interests, and why those hobbies and interests are important to you. It could be a passion, for example, photography. If that's your hobby, base your goals around that. Be the ideal photographer. Okay, it's not to have a camera, right? You will have that eventually, right? It's that's a result of being the best photographer. Your unconscious mind will get you the camera that you work with, and it doesn't have to be the most expensive. It's just the art of photography. The camera is just a tool. Okay, so I hope you're getting what I mean by using the wheel of life. Great goals for each wheel. And now I'm going to combine it with the other bases. So use time and energy. So your goals could be spending more time on hobbies, spending more time with going out on dates, using energy to strategize in achieving that part of your wheel. Okay, so true goals are all about being in these aspects of these strategies. Okay, so being the person who is on a mission, being the person who has a well-rounded wheel of life, being the person who's energetic and uses time wisely, because time, as we know, is limited in life. Okay, we have a body and it's got a set limit. How you use that time is your being, thus getting your results. My question out to you is: do you want to keep your old life? Okay, do you or do you not? Now, more importantly, is why you want to change. If you keep doing what you're doing, so says Einstein, supposedly, are you going to get a different result? If you're doing what you're doing and don't change it, and if you get a different result, please call me. I want you to call me straight away. I want to know how you did that. You want to change and why? Like, time is running out. Time is limited. So What is your why? Now, I worked with Sarah down in Melbourne, Sarah Reeves, and we have worked with her. Say we, it's me and her. And she has now got her why with and that so clear that she can articulate it. And now I can see her doing amazing things with her life. And I'm gonna see the goals that she makes in the very near future. So, Sarah, thank you for working with me. Now, if you're not fulfilled and you want to take your life to the next level for achievement, purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, there's a way you can do that. But the good news is you have this moment, and then when you make a decision, you're going to create a rippling effect to transform your life for the better. Your life and other people's lives are important to you. Right. And I'm going to hear to make an offer to you. Okay. Stay around just to check this out because it's really special. Okay. And Sarah would agree with me. Okay. Yeah, you have this moment right now to make a decision. You want to change your life for the better. All right. These are my goals. Okay. Right. I do what I say. All right. I talk the talk, and I walk the walk. This is my goal that I have actually pasted on my in front of my toilet. Okay, so when I do my business, I see these goals. I see this in the shower. I see this in the kitchen. Okay, now the words are very specific, and you can see there's some bolded bits in there. And there's even an image. So BAK, there's a visual effect on that. You may even recognize one popular view, one building. Right, it's a second image there. Okay, so automatically my unconscious mind is attracted towards that. Right, words and images. Okay, you see that there. I use VIK. I see the restaurant in wherever I'm going to eat. I can hear the surrounding people around me, and I can feel the ambience of where I'm sitting or where I'm at. Okay, I use S.M.A.R.T.E.Y to to strategize my goals, and I have EDSO in there. I know when I get the feeling of EDSO. But next Wednesday, I've got this webinar on the 21st of January. Some of you may already know this. Same time next week, 21st, I'm actually going to do step by step on how to write goals, like really, really powerful goals. Okay, that will inspire you and achievement and fulfillment. I'm going to send links out to you on Facebook. This webinar will be posted out in YouTube. Now, I work with clients one-on-one, and basically, when I ask you why do you do what you do, 99% of people they can't articulate it, and therefore they cannot market themselves if they're in business. If they're looking for an intimate partner, they're not able to articulate their why, so therefore they may not attract the ideal partner, the one that will truly love them and take care of them. Okay, when you can articulate that, you can have friends, real friends, the ones who will stand by you, believe in what you believe, and support you. Now you can dissolve issues, blockages from the past. I use neuro linguistic programming to do that. Creates resourceful goals and plan for fulfillment. Now, the way I do it with my students is fairly much like Einstein, and I know he said this. He never teaches pupils, okay? He never teaches students. He only provides a condition in which they can learn. Now, when I work with clients, that's exactly what I do. I provide a condition And that's what a coach does. So reserve the date. What's in it for you? The simple art and science of goal setting. Do it correctly the first time. What works and what doesn't work. How to articulate your goals, which is so important. When you can tell your goals to someone, now you've just created an environment in which that person can help you achieve your goals. What elements you need in your goals and why. Again, why. Now, I've got a 27-page fun book. I call it a fun book because it's fun to do. 27 pages of awesome resources. Okay, so that's available to you. That's valued at $130. Step-by-step webinar. Okay, that's available to you, and a complimentary online feedback and coaching uh, available to you. So it's a value of $590, and you don't have to pay this much. Okay, don't stress yourself about that. Now, John Lennon said, "When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they, assuming the teachers, asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life." Okay, so do you understand life? When you do, you will understand that this is a really awesome strategy for you. Now, it's available for $99.95. However, not even that, okay? Live rewards, action takers, for the value of $590 for these three things. The the value of the ebook itself is really fantastic. It's very simple to use. And when you combine it with the webinar, it's so powerful. And when you get coaching on it, it just reinforces what you've learned. Now, if you act now, it's only for $99.95. Okay, so I'm going to display that offer to you. It now appears in your pop-in box. Okay, that is that it's literally I'm giving that away. Okay, $9.95. So for under $10, you will get these awesome items. And even if you can't attend next week, you will get a recording of that. Okay, and you also have me to guide you anyway for coaching and feedback. I'm going to invite you to invest that small amount to go in there and press sign up today. That ebook is really it's fun. It talks about all the things I discussed in this webinar, step by step, very simple. And it's an ebook where you use your hand and pen, your eye and pen. You have to write it down. Typing something out on the computer is not as good, as powerful as using your hand to write your goals down. Okay, so for $9.95, that will be available to you next week. Any thoughts and comments, by all means, message me. That's my email address. That's my Skype. I'm available on Facebook and LinkedIn. And I really want to thank you for being here, investing this special time with me. Tammy, I just want to say thank you for sticking out with me. I know you said you may have to go, and here you are. You're still online, so I really want to thank you, Kayleen, Lenora, Mary Rose, Sarah, Tracy, Joan, Joan, lovely, Wafiq, and everyone else that have registered. That's it there. I want to thank you for your time. Really awesome to have you. And by all means, go to that and sign up right now. I cannot promise I'll keep it at $9.95 forever. It is a bargain. That ebook alone, again, is so powerful. It is the anchor to where you want to be. Okay. Please send me your feedback on Facebook, email. Let me know how I did, how you went. And if you have any clarifying questions, by all means, do so. I wish you a fantastic night. And again, thank you. Now, be awesome. Be the person who understands life. Okay? Be the John Lennon. Understand life. Be happy. With that, thank you. I love you. And just go out there and live. Good night.